Shawn Clement here from the Richmond Hill Golf Learning Center, headquarters for Wisdom in Golf. Our next video analysis is with Niall from Ireland. And look at this, I got my Irish green for you, Niall. All right, fellow Irish person. So my Grammy was an O'Sullivan. And so there's lots of Irish blood in here, and I got the delicate skin to prove it. So you presented a swing that has the characteristics of an overswing, right? So if we look at the body language that you have during your swing, we would see, the first thing I want you to notice is as you get to the top of the swing, you get a reverse head tilt. So this indicates to me that that is your target. So your body is used to doing this. So what happens is the hips slide out, and the upper spine moves forward, and that puts you in a precarious position to move down, and then you have to work very hard at trying to change that path and back out to the target. So, you're able to perform that task, but it's not as efficient as it could be. So the first video I want you to look at is called Lower Body in the Backswing. And we talk about, and then I want you to marry that with Hogan Power Drill, an oldie but goodie, where you park your butt, you get your posture first, you park your butt against the mirror, and then imagine a handkerchief out of your right back pocket, and you're just going to wipe the glass toward the target. You're using your legs to apply some nice pressure to the glass. So when the lower spine goes that way, the upper spine gets to stay back. So there's a very important feel for your brain to experience there for that to stay in place. So if I'm hammering a nail into a door frame, so here's me hammering a nail straight down, look at my head tilt. But then if I take that, I turn the nail this way, now I have to reposition my body in a way that I can hammer that way. So I want to feel like I can gather some massive momentum in this direction, and I can drive the nail out there in that direction. So notice how that lower body has to move in a very specific way. If you look at Rory McIlroy, he starts pretty level at address, and then as he gets to the top of the swing, his head does this, and his weight shifts back into his lead side from behind, like in my Walk to a Better Swing video. Rory had this at age 9. And you'll see in my newsletter, there's this other kid just came out from Texas. He's a lefty. And he just got his ticket to the drive, chip, and putt at the Masters in this upcoming Masters event. I forget the kid's name right now. He's got a Spanish last name. So you'll see it in my newsletter, though. You got to check that out because the kid's got a beautiful backswing, huge backswing with the proper moves. And most kids who are not classically instructed will tend to do this right out of the gate. Okay? So as I take it back, my body's way of getting out of the way is by swiveling to the target so that my spine can maintain that particular angle so I can go that way. That's number one. When this happens, it's going to go a long way into reducing the amount of overswing that you have, right? It's basically going to naturally make your swing more compact, but it will not take away your ability to whip the snot out of it. Now, the other part about your arm unit collapsing at the top of the swing, and you'll see that you're able to get out of that pickle, because you know how to play golf. You've obviously had some really good scores, so you know what it's like to really compress a nice golf ball and to experience a nice compression into the target from your golf shot. However, you want it to be more effective, don't you? So the next step we do is we're going to go fishing. Now you'll notice that when I go fishing, if I have a fishing pole here, I will not collapse my arm into my bicep in order to cast my fishing pole. you'll see that instinctively your brain knows how to use your limbs for leverage, and you will never tend to go beyond 90 degrees with your arm. So I can load that fishing pole and really feel that nice release of that cast of that fishing pole. Same thing here. Take my backswing. So if I use my sword, I gather my sword, I'm not going to collapse my sword into me, I'm going to cut myself. So I'm going to extend, I'm going to hold that leverage. And now, so imagine I'm casting the fishing pole away from the target. Bzzz. See that? Now I can release it that way. Now instead of releasing it that way, I'm going to release it toward the target. See how I have to clear? Now I can release out there to the target. Load it, cast it to the target. Load it, cast it to the target. Now when you put both hands on the club, load it. This is collapsed. That feels like I'm going to have to shove it away from my body. Whereas this feels like I can really sling it. So same thing. Go to the top of the backswing, cast it, load it, cast it, load it. Now we're going to cast it to the target. Release it out there. So you'll notice that that's perfect for casting to the sky. And that's perfect for casting toward the target. So everything you do, your body language, the way you develop this body language prior to seeing my videos, is your brain is used to going at a ball. Now you take that away and you put the brain into the target, and you'll slowly see this evolution go toward the target. I'm just giving you a shortcut in order to get there. So phase 1, swivel the butt. Allow it to swivel. Use the feet together drill. Use the butt against the mirror drill. Use the hammer. So see farm hammer, Shawn Clement. Take the big frickin' farm hammer and I want to pound it into the side of a tree. Well, I'm not going to do it from over here. I'm going to do it from over here. So that takes care of tilt. And then this next step is the efficiency of the load of your casting the fishing pole. This feels efficient. That does not. You will feel the difference between the two, so use the one that feels more efficient. Now when you get to, practicing this on the range, just use some mile markers and do it nice and slow. So you say, yeah, that feels like I can go to the target. No, I can't. Can still go to the target, can still go to the target. Does it feel like I can cast a fishing pole to the target? Yes. Cast a fishing pole to the target. And start with some nice smooth swings like that with a 7-iron, and then bring it up. And don't look for perfection right out of the gate. It's going to take a while to weed this out of your swing. In the meantime, you're still going to have some nice rounds of golf, and you're going to enjoy the game of golf, and you're going to see some nice little shots of brilliance in the midst of that sea, right? And then the brain's is going to start getting some better benchmarks. And then those benchmarks are going to raise, like they say, the same tide raises all ships. So you'll see that those new benchmarks are going to raise that level of awareness and efficiency in your movements, okay? So enjoy that, buddy, and let me know how things go in the next couple of months. All the best.
Sasha used to overswing a lot. He's been a long-time student of mine. You guys see his gorgeous swing with him. I don't want your head to fit through the door when you walk out of here, though. But his swing's looking better than mine right now. Okay. So one of the things that he's a dominant lead hand person. So he's like my left-handed golf swing, like Savannah's left-handed swing, or like Phil Mickelson and Sergio Garcia, right? So he struggled with getting reverse tilted and getting, too long in the backswing, stuff that Niall is really struggling with right now. So we were talking about the feel, you say since about last year, it started to kick in where you felt that the length of your backswing, you started to be able to adjust to getting the right rhythm in the swing so that you could still get the same level of compression, but with a lot less effort.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see you hit a few shots and then just go ahead and talk through what you
Yeah, the feel really is how do I allow myself to swing out there and at the same time not overswinging my backswing. And
Right.
so I realized if, you know, just by letting that backswing peter off and then swing out there, that's the feel.
So he's mentioning the feel of letting momentum peter out. Right? So and the transition. So if we look at the transition of my golf swing, so this is me not interfering with the change of direction, right?
That's what I'm trying to do.
So I'm allowing it to change directions on its own. So you tapped into that
That's
feel.
absolutely right.
Right, exactly. So, and the sensation that I would, you know, if you take a nice 3-pound hammer, and let's say you wanted to, you know, you had a door frame right here. Imagine you're going to hammer into this door frame. So if you had to do this for 8 hours a
Yeah,
day.
and be like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. You guys see that? That was awesome. So he's using the weight of his arm club unit to pound through to the target.
Yeah.
And you notice if you overswing,
There's no way.
There's
You're never
no
going
way.
to overswing with this.
well, yeah, exactly.
Because you would be completely out of it and your body wouldn't let you do that.
Exactly. That's why this analogy is so important, right? So the sensation that you're looking for, and you'll see, go ahead and do a few more here. So you're calling the draw?
I'm going to draw straight right to the end of that T on Titleist.
Perfect. Beauty. Okay.
Not 100%, but good mix.
Good miss.
Not bad.
A little strainy.
A little bit quick.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
I was pummeled.
Awesome. You see how he adjusted to that? It felt a little quick. It felt like he was working the hammer a little too much, and then he just relaxed and used more of the weight of the hammer and just pummeled that sucker.
Yeah.
Right on. Thank you.